Welcome to This Explainer. Have you ever noticed how, right when you buy a shiny new device, the clock is already ticking on its lifespan? Well, today, we're not just looking at a streak of bad luck. We're investigating the architecture of impermanence. Basically, we're uncovering how planned obsolescence is built directly into the blueprints of the stuff we use every single day.
Okay, let's dive into this. You know the drill. You're going about your day, your smartphone is working flawlessly. And then, bam! The manufacturer drops their brand new flagship model. Almost like magic, your current device just starts lagging. The battery is completely dead by noon, apps take a few seconds too long to open. Or, hey, think about that trendy fast fashion sweater you bought a couple of months ago that suddenly has holes in the seams. It feels like terrible luck, right? But actually, what if I told you that in a lot of these cases, this breakdown is a deliberate part of the original design?
And that brings us to a really core concept: planned obsolescence. By definition, this is the deliberate practice of designing products with a strictly limited lifespan, or intentionally making them incredibly difficult to repair. The ultimate goal here? It's just encouraging consumers to replace items way sooner than absolutely necessary. The motive is honestly pretty straightforward. It stimulates artificial demand and guarantees those recurring sales for manufacturers. Basically, by making sure your product won't last forever, they are ensuring you're going to have to come back and buy another one.
Section 1. A History of Breaking. The Blueprint of Impermanence.
Let's move on and see how this builds. Now, while this definitely feels like a modern tech headache, intentionally breaking products is actually a century-old strategy. If we look back to the early 20th century, there was a literal cartel of light bulb manufacturers, the Phoebus cartel, who secretly agreed to reduce the lifespan of their bulbs to increase sales. I mean, think about it. A bulb that lasts forever is a terrible business model, right? Moving forward, the fashion industry adopted a seasonal strategy. They pushed rapid turnover with new styles to make clothes socially rather than physically obsolete. And today, annually consumer electronics companies release minor upgrades that instantly make your perfectly functional older models seem completely out of date.
Section 2. The Modern Playbook. From Hardware to Software. Now, what's really interesting about this is how cleanly it maps out the traps we fall into today. Take software updates as a modern tactic. The method involves intentionally slowing down older devices, and the consumer result is, you guessed it, a frustrated user who desperately needs an upgrade. Then there are subscriptions. This is where companies artificially limit a product's functionality or lifespan to extract ongoing fees just to keep your hardware actually working. Finally, we've got disposables. Think single-use plastics, explicitly designed to be used exactly once, leaving the consumer with literally nothing but discarded waste.
Section 3. The true cost, beyond the wallet.
So, the crucial point is that planned obsolescence isn't just a minor retail annoyance. It carries massive tangible consequences. First up, the negative environmental impact is devastating. Designing products to die early leads to increased waste, overflowing landfills, and totally unsustainable resource consumption. Second, there's the unethical manipulation of consumer behavior. You aren't really making a free choice to upgrade, you're kind of being funneled into it by invisible design choices. And ultimately, it forces unnecessary consumer spending, draining your wallet to replace things that fundamentally shouldn't be broken yet.
Section 4. Breaking the Cycle. Empowering the Consumer.
Now that we see how the whole system works, how do we stop being victims of it? Well, we aren't powerless, and this brilliantly illustrates a practical, step-by-step action plan to help us make informed choices. Step 1. Buy durable goods. Sure, it might cost a bit more upfront, but investing in high-quality products that actually last severely reduces your replacement rate. Step 2. Repair and reuse. When something breaks, let's try not to default to the trash bin. Fixing broken items extends their lifespan and drastically reduces waste. And step 3, support sustainable brands. We can vote with our dollars by choosing companies that are actively prioritizing longevity over rapid turnover.
As we wrap up this explainer, planned obsolescence reveals itself as a highly complex issue with massive implications for both our planet and our personal finances. But by understanding the exact strategies manufacturers use, you can finally make informed choices. So I want to leave you with this thought. Are we really buying products, or are we just quietly renting their temporary convenience until a corporation decides our time is up? By choosing durability and demanding repairability, we can absolutely force a more sustainable model. What will you demand next? Thanks so much for joining me. Keep asking those big questions, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.